Today's card, guys, features the fabulous pigment sprinkles, and I wanted to show you a different way to use them, slightly different to what you might have seen them used before. And I'm going to be using this to a Wild Rose stamp set. So I've already gone ahead and I'm using watercolor paper. Now, any heavy based watercolor paper will do, heavyweight. The one I'm using is the Fluid 100 watercolor paper that we have in our brand new catalogue, also in this latest catalogue. I'll just get this out of the way. What you're going to need for this is your pigment sprinkles. Now the sprinkles come in 6 colours, so you can see these are actually colours that coordinate with our brights range, or some of our brights range, 6 of them. And that's exciting because in the past we did have brushos, which are a similar thing, but they didn't match up with our colours. So these ones do, they coordinate perfectly. And the one I'm going to use today is Melon Mambo, but you can see there's Bermuda Bay, Mango Melody, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, and Gorgeous Grape. So Melon Mambo, this one right here, matches up with the Melon Mambo ink, and of course Melon Mambo cardstock and all those other bits and pieces that we have. But I'm just going to show you one way. There are so many ways to use pigment sprinkles, but this is just going to be one. I'll look at my first flower. Now I've gone ahead and I've already stamped the flower and I've embossed it with black embossing powder. You could use, we also have a shimmery black or a glittery black embossing powder. That would look fabulous as well, but I've just used standard embossing powder today. And I'm going to grab this one here. I've got the inner lid open, so the inner lid stops, so you've got your outer lid, which is a screw top, and then inner lid which just pushes down. And the reason for this is so that no moisture will get into your sprinkles and spoil them, so that keeps them nice and safe. So long as you keep the lid on, of course. Now I'm just going to tap off a little bit of powder. Let's see if you can see that. See how tiny that is? Just a little bit of powder right there in the middle. In fact, I'm going to do it on both my roses. And I don't need very much at all. Just move that out of the way and pop the lid back on. And I've got here a Stampin' Spritzer. Now Stampin' Spritzers come in a pack of 2. And they're around, I think they're $5. I need to check that, but I believe they're $5 for a pack of 2. But I'll pop that up on the screen for you. So really simple. We've just got our bit of powder here in the middle, and I'm just going to put my spritzer directly above and spray straight onto that piece here. Now I don't know if you can see, let's bring it up close so you can, but straight away amazing things start to happen. Not only have I got pink here in the middle, but there's also oranges, there's yellows, there's a little bit of blue, there's a whole bunch of different colors. Can you see them coming out in this? Probably a little hard to see in the video, but I think that's fantastic. Now if I want more, then I keep spraying and a little bit more will come out. I can also add more powder if I wish. I'm going to do the same with the other one, and it will be different. Okay, and you should be able to see the colours are more intense in the middle where the majority of the powder in the water was. Now, the whole thing is now wet. If I want to, I could just leave them like this, or I could add a tiny bit more powder, which is what I'm going to do, because I just want to add a little bit here and there. And this one here, I'm going to add a little bit more as well. But not much, just a tiny bit. So you can keep going with these until you feel that you're satisfied with the colour that you're getting. And then you'll notice that the colours are really intense. And something I want you to notice, and the reason why I use embossing for this, is that the embossing helps to retain some of the colour. So you'll notice that some of the colour has stayed sort of in the middle here because the embossing is resisting and it's stopping it from spreading all the way out, unless I add more sprinkles, as I just did, and make it spread a little bit more, which looks lovely. Now I'm grabbing my heat tool and I'm going to pop these onto one of my silicone mats, because that will help not only protect my surface from the heat, but also just makes it a little safer. And I'm just going to use my heat tool to move this colour around a little bit. purpose of this video, I'm going to call that done. So even though I would probably want them to be a little drier if I was wanting to pop them straight onto my card, then we're just, for the purpose of the video, saying, yep, that's enough. Now, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to bring them up nice and close, how intense those colours are. Absolutely gorgeous. And we haven't just got pink. So yes, we have the melon mambo. So let me just show you the comparison. You can see this colour is in there, but also we've got oranges and yellows and reds. There's definitely red in here. It's quite beautiful. I think they look amazing. And the other thing is the embossing has stopped some of the colours from running. So see how like there's a difference in colours between this side of the embossing and this side. And sometimes it'll stop it from moving over altogether. This one you can see, yeah, these petals here in the middle have stayed more of a red, and on the outside they're more of an orange. And I actually think it makes the flowers look a little more realistic. What do you think? I think it's gorgeous. All right. So I'm just going to pop this down just because my paper underneath is still wet. So this will just stop me from mucking up what I'm working on. So this is just a piece of shimmery white cardstock, and I've actually gone ahead and I have used one of our masks like this, and I have just used a little bit of embossing paste, which I've coloured with a Melon Mambo re-inker, just to give it that lovely colour. And I can show you that in a different video if you like, but it's very easy to do. It's just going to be like a little background for us. And then I'm going to actually position my flowers straight on here. I think they're really beautiful. But, you know, I can decide whether I want to have, I think probably because all these colours are quite dark, I'm going to have this one over the top because I'd like to have a little bit more light showing. So I'm going to put one flower on actually I might use my Tombow for this. For those of you who've been watching, I've been using a lot more Tombow lately, and I'm just going to grab some. Of course it doesn't want to come out just because I'm making a video, and I'm just going to pop that. I'll pop that right here. I'm just going to push that down to get a bit of a bond happening. It doesn't take long. There we go. Now the other one, I'm going to pop that one up on dimensionals. You can use large dimensionals or mini dimensionals, whatever floats your boat. And I'm going to put them kind of in towards the middle, so not too close to the outside edge, because I also have some gold leaves that I'm going to add. And the leaves are also from the Tour Wild Rose bundle, the Wild Rose dies. So let's go like this, just like that. So you can see I've gone ahead and I've cut my leaves from the die, and I'm using gold glimmer paper, and you can use snail or glue dots would be good. And I'm just going to add one right here like that, and it's just to give it a little bit of bling, and even though it's got Tombow on it, it's not so dry yet that I can't add my leaf under there. And one last one here, because it's up on dimensionals, we can push that in underneath. There we go, just like that. Right, then I do want to add a sentiment. I'm going to use the Melon Mambo ink for that, and I'm using the Blessed. I really love a big bold sentiment, and I like this one. I just think it goes with lots of things. And I'm adding that, sorry about the back of my head guys, up towards the top left, the opposite corner from where my flowers are. Alright, just like that. Now I would add this to a card base, just like that. And then you'll see, if you were watching at the start of the video, you'll see the photograph of the completed card for you. And this will just end up on a basic white, thick white piece of cardstock. Now the other thing you might want to do is maybe add a little bit of Wink of Stella, or even champagne glimmer paper, glimmer shimmer paint right in the middle there. That would look great as well. But don't these look amazing? Look at the colours. Oh, I do like them. I think that's really pretty. Well, I hope you like it too. It's a fun card to make. I know I sort of skipped a few corners today by doing the embossing first, but really it's not difficult and it wouldn't take you very long to make this beautiful card, and the colours are amazing. Have a great day, guys, and I hope you enjoy this bundle and the amazing pigment sprinkles. If you wanted to purchase anything, just head over to my Facebook page or my blog and you'll find the online store where you can click through and get whatever it is you need. Thanks, guys. Bye.